Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to Emeritus Elevate, the guest lecture series by Emeritus India Career Services. I'm Shivam Gupta, and I'll be moderating this session. If you have any questions during the session, please type them into the Q&A box. I'll bring them up during our Q&A round. For today's session, we have with us Sarita S. Maheshwari. Sarita is a veteran in the field of digital marketing, carrying over 16 years of experience. She is an expert in performance marketing, driving brand growth, multi-channel revenues, entrepreneurship, and leadership. She has worked with more than 150 multi-dimensional clients from consumer durables, FMCG, education, jobs, travel and hospitality, B2B, telecom, BFSI, and healthcare. Some of the major brands handled by her are Samsung, Microsoft, Domino's, Marico, HUL, UNICEF, Apollo, Honda, PwC, Amazon, Myntra, TUI Holidays, LPU, Airtel, and many more. She is a founder and director at Corpus Digital Private Limited, which is a core performance e-marketing agency based out of Gurugram, Haryana. In her role at Corpus, she was responsible for driving new business strategies, brand building, media partnerships, and overall growth of the company. She also heads digital practice at Moksha Designs, which is global creative commerce agency having offices in India and Europe. In her role at Moksha, she is responsible to drive the digital media clientele agency growth and revenue. She is here to take us through on the topic personalization in digital marketing. Welcome, Sarita. It's a pleasure to have you with us here. The stage is all yours.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Shivam, for such a nice introduction. That's honestly very overwhelming. And I feel so glad to be here today and get an opportunity to talk about one of my favorite topic, that's personalization in digital marketing. But I'm equally glad to see the folks attending the session on a Friday evening. And I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? So let's give them a big round of applause. Okay. So before we could deep dive into the topic for today, let's spend a couple of minutes to think about these questions on your screen. And if any one of you want to share your experience, you are most welcome. I remember I had created my first ever Rediff mail ID when I was in my school in the year 1998. Having bunked my school, my class, I had gone to an internet cafe and all my own, I created my first ever mail ID. And man, seeing my name in the subject line seemed like a revolution to me at that point of time. I was the first one to have achieved something at that level in my family. And that feeling is still so fresh. I can exactly remember where I went and how I created and what did I feel. It was amazing. So that's the exact power of personalization. It leaves you with an everlasting impression from brands that targeted you just at the right time and made you feel so special. So look, in today's ever-increasing competitive marketplaces, delivering contextual customer experiences is no longer a good to have, nice to have experience. It's an absolute expectation that your customer will have from the brands, from their favorite brands. And personalization exactly does that. And today we will explore how we can look at things from the customer's perspective, which could be a game changer in the digital marketing strategies. So new age marketers must, pardon the spelling mistake, new age marketers must personalize their marketing initiatives to target their customers direct, right on time, at the right place. So what do you think could be the possible reasons for modern marketers who are personalizing their marketing efforts, their communication, their ad communications, and businesses tools that they have in-house or paid to drive the revolution? This is because customers appreciate this 101 marketing strategy, digital marketing strategy, which is why they reciprocate by engaging with the content and the project and the brand. As customers become increasingly bombarded by like several digital marketing messages or initiatives or ad communications that they are thrown with through their virtually every medium, personalization will continue to play even more prominent role in capturing the customer attention, customer retention, and in engaging the customers in the most formative way. So, to quickly summarize what we have in the latest slides. So, number one is the people want personalization. That's an absolute thing. Brands must create better content to engage with their customers and prospects. Personalization will make the brand more humane. Businesses must strengthen their relationships with their customers, and data is the backbone in digital marketing. Um, so personalization isn't just the latest buzzword that you would have been hearing for quite some time in the digital marketing landscape particularly, but it's more what people expect from their favorite brands. Customers want to feel that they are heard, and there is no better way to make them feel valuable than to personalize the campaigns, their intimate target with the customers. So according to a 2017 Accenture report, about 41% of people did switch to their rival companies due to lack of trust, poor personalization, poor communication. Very few companies realize the importance of this, and half of who does do not even invest in data segregation, data collection, etc. Brands, it's high time brands should start investing more on data collection, on data analytics. It's really gonna help them in a very, very long way. And that's the beauty of digital marketing. You can do precision targeting. I remember when I was in Samsung, we used to, there was a term which was defined by me, and I used to call it sniper targeting. And by sniper targeting means that you exactly target your customers at the right place at the right time with the customized targeting, the most possible customized ad communication that a customer could ever have, and get the experience of it. And definitely it will take companies long way in retaining their customers, capturing their attention of their prospective buyers. So in fact, most of the customers they don't even hesitate to pay for their personalized product or services. They like it because they are getting some personalized service or product. Brands should create better content, definitely. Such simple yet very powerful marketing strategies could have a everlasting impact on customers, like the way I had when I created my first ever Rediff email ID way back in 1998. So particularly when you leverage the power of social media marketing in these campaigns, you get to realize that what better content, what personalizing could you ever do. Okay, so do you all remember the example of personalization done from Coca-Cola? Remember the 2011 Share a Coke campaign? That was a big hit at that point of time. The soft drink giant managed to lift their ad sales hugely for the first time in a decade through this one campaign that centered all upon personalization. Customers had the opportunity to have their names printed on the classic Coke bottles. The campaign got a resounding yes from millennials, and till date it's a case study for all of us, especially with the performance marketers. Personalization makes the brand humane. So most people tend to think that automation takes away the human factor from their brands, from their campaigns. So let's understand how it makes the brand more human. It humanizes the brand. While that is true to an extent, it doesn't have to be that way. For instance, like marketers can implement a reply to address option in their automated emails. This way, the customers can have their feedback, ask questions that they may have, and it would generally increase the chances of conversions. When customers know the names and faces behind the company emails. They can connect with the brand on a like more human level. And there is no better way of expressing that humans, the heart and soul of a company. Like it's not like a robotic email. One should understand and get a feeling that it's coming from a human email. Okay. Simply put, humanize your brand by being more personable in the way you can communicate with your prospects, your leads, and your customers. It should incorporate the idea of cultivating a brand personality through making it more meaningful and having memorable connections with your targeted audience. So businesses must strengthen their relationships. So personalization allows businesses to convey their gratitude to their customers just by sending a simple thank you email or a birthday email or any anniversary email. In a way you can target your customer in a more customized in a more personalized way, which will actually strengthen the customer relationships with you. Apart from emails, companies can even personalize their landing pages and the entire website. See, ultimately you need to identify how you can provide additional value to your customers by having an excellent customer servicing mechanism in place. Businesses, they need to focus more on the mutual success rather than one-way success just by looking at their own success, how to increase the sales, company revenue. They should look at more mutual success with their customers and building trust and credibility with their existing customers and the prospects. But keep in mind that the focus should be on a relational value, not on the only on the transactional value. Okay. Transactional value is also equally important, but you need to look at in the longer run more on a relational value, how to build that up with your customers. You must treat your customers like your friends, like your families. Like the saying goes, customer is the king. And that, my friend, that holds true forever. Customer should feel that they are being bombarded not by just any other advertisement. They should be bombarded, yes, but with the right message, but with what's in it for them. That needs to be customized, that needs to be personalized. Data is the backbone in digital marketing. That's period. Personalizing marketing cannot be possible without the customer data. In fact, the campaign success depends on how effectively businesses gather, collect and measure data. Ethical data collection gains more knowledge, like surveys or emails. They can help marketers gain more knowledge about their targeted customers, ensuring the efforts to personalize the overall brand experiences and the products are actually effective. By consistently evolving the buyer persona, they can target the right people and personalize the overall communication through their marketing initiatives. Data is one of the digital marketing's mainstay. That's forever here to stay, and that will stay forever. To gain more prospects, create engagement from clients and monetize investment, a digital marketer must put data to use, to understand and to take full advantage of that complete data analytics. Data offers key information about customers' habits, their tastes, their preferences and the way they think. Last but not the least, the data information can be used to revamp your landing page, your website, blogs, emails, your ad communications and other form of content. Okay. And I truly believe that we are living in a data decade, like the saying goes. Everything we do personally and professionally generate massive amount of data. And if you harness it right, in the right manner, it creates huge opportunities for the brands especially. So I think there's a lot of things happening in the digital world, which is very, very exciting. So What's the key difference between personalization and customization? Personalization, as you know, it's about creating that one-to-one experience with your customers. It definitely begins with collecting ample data, qualitative data, and to measure it, and then throw again back by in the means of remarketing, retargeting to your targeted customers with the right message, with the customized or personalized data. So after all this, Gyan, what do you think is the key difference, between personalization and customization? Now that I have talked about a lot on personalization in digital marketing. So think like this way. Personalization is all about creating, modifying an item using customer data to meet the individual's need, whereas customization happens to the item to meet their needs and requirements. So like in some respects, personalization is a goal and customization is the way to accomplish that goal. So Amazon, you all know, that's a brilliant example of personalization done right. And so is like Netflix and YouTube. Recommendations rain down depending on users' on-site activities, how they behave on-site, and then basis the behavior on these platforms, these giants, they throw the recommendations to their customers. So why you should create a personalized digital experiences? Why brands should ponder upon it and have this unique proposition of getting a personalized digital experiences with their targeted customers. So let's validate this further on why should the brands create personalized digital experience with some data, facts and figures, because remember, we are living in a data decade. When you personalize your content and widen your digital experience, you connect more directly with your customers, like by targeting them only with the content or products or services that are just like relevant to them. You are going to get a better conversion rate, and that's a magical word. I think everyone should be aware of conversion rate. It's like how much you invest in your marketing budget and what sort of return on investment that you get. So conversion could be a lead form fill up or a sales or some sort of acquisitions through the marketing initiatives. So conversion rate, that's a magical word, like the way I said. Everyone wants to better their conversion rate. And believe me, I have been in this industry for the last 16 years, and being a hardcore performance marketer, all this while I have been only talking and strategizing about different ways and mechanisms to better this conversion rate, better the conversion rate figure. Anyways, let's look at the facts. According to Accenture survey in 2018, 91% of the consumers have said that they are more likely to shop from the brands who recognize, remember, and provide them with relevant offers and communications. And in the same survey, 48% of the consumers have left a company's website and made a purchase elsewhere. The reason being that the customer experience on that particular website was not good. The content that was thrown to them was not personalized enough, was not of any interest to that particular customer, and they exited the website or the landing page. And in such cases, we have usually seen the bounce rate on the website is typically very, very high. And whenever we customize the content, the data that's like put up on the website, that the bounce rate is quite healthy. Just to give you quick background of bounce rate. Bounce rate is when somebody goes to the website after seeing your ad and leaves the website like within few seconds, because they just tried to spend some time on the website and they did not find the content enticing enough, attractive enough to stay back on the website. So 74% of the customers, like I said, they feel frustrated when the website is not personalized, the content is not personalized. There's nothing in the website for the customers. 77% of the customers have like chosen, recommended, or paid more for a brand that provides a personalized service or experience. And over 78% of the consumers will only engage with offers if they have been personalized to their previous engagements with the brand. Personalized homepage, particularly, homepage is the first page of a website, like www.corpusdigital.com. When you land up on the website, and the first page that you see is called the homepage of a website. So 85% of the consumers buy personalized shopping cart recommendations, influence 92% of the shoppers online. So some of the quick hacks to get into personalization game and optimize to the core of your targeted audience. So some of the examples. Number 1, you must allure your customers with an exclusive offer. However you are targeting that particular customer, through a digital ad on social media or search engine or emailers, however, wherever you are targeting your customers, you have to have some sort of offers in your ad communication, and that offer needs to be backed up when they land up on your website, because that your ad and your website should not talk differently. They both should be in sync. So you need to have some sort of lucrative offers when you retarget or target your existing customers, or you're targeting some sort of prospects, so that they stay back on your website, they spend some time on your website, and ultimately they make an acquisition, either in the form of leads or some sales or acquisitions. Number 2, give some sort of personalized recommendation during the checkout. So for example, you must all have gone to Amazon and done some shopping. So whenever you check out for the product, you see at the bottom of the page, you get to see some more personalized products. So for example, if I'm buying a face wash, I will also be given some other similar some skincare routine products, or maybe a shampoo, hair care shampoo, some sort of body care products, which could be personalized as per my behavior on the website on Amazon. So that's something that the brand must do. Number 3, try geolocation based targeting. So again, this is one thing that's very important, and this is also called hyper local targeting. So like whenever you are there in the airport, or train stations, or in some sort of cafes, you see some recommended personalized communication. You start seeing that. I remember whenever I go towards Noida side, I get to see a lot of SMSs from the real estate developers. Or if I am on airport, and whatever has been my behavior in the last 30 days, I start getting some sort of advertisement from the same brands that I would have visited in the past 30 days, or I would have consumed some sort of similar content on site. Okay, so that's the power of hyper local targeting, geolocation. So that's again something that a brand must utilize. Number 4, embrace interactive and engaging content. Yeah, so after once you are done with your personalization, you have personalized, you have created a good audience bucket whom you want to target with the power of sniper targeting. You have prepared your ad communication, you have prepared your marketing budget, and you have gone ahead to start throwing your communications to your targeted audience. And when they see your ads in any form, that ad needs to be very lucrative, it needs to be interactive, it needs to be engaging enough so that the customer comes on your website, spends some time on your website, and ultimately makes the acquisition happen, because that's the ultimate goal that you are chasing for. And in all this process, you must not forget that, like I said, it has to be a relational value, not just the transactional value. Because even if you do away with the personalized communication, and you give a very straight to the point, straightforward ad communication. Okay, this is my brand, come to my website and make a purchase. Maybe some percentage of customers will come on your website, maybe because they have been looking for your product, maybe because they have been searching for your product, and that was the time they saw your ad and they came on your website. But if the content is not engaging enough, if the brand offer is not lucrative enough, they higher is the chance that they may do a one time investment, they may do a one time purchase, but they may not come back again. So that is where personalization comes into the picture, that your content, your entire website, your entire offer should be so strong that customers get the reasons, multiple reasons to come back to your website, to come back to you again and again. They become your loyal customer. Number 5, lure customers to finalize a purchase with exit intent pop-ups. So I hope you understand what is a pop-up. Okay, so pop-up is typically when you try to leave a website and suddenly you see a box appearing when you're just about to close the browser, the website browser. So that is one chance, that is a way of again re-engaging and giving your customers a final, or maybe a multiple reasons to come back to your website again and again. Maybe you can customize that particular pop-up with the right messaging, with the kind of messaging that a brand think will give the customers strong reasons, enough reasons to come back to their websites, to their products, purchase their products, subscribe for their services again and again. That's another thing that the brands must look at it. Number 6, give them the ease of access. Every effort, marketing effort, whatever you put in, you have done a very, you have created a very beautiful marketing campaign wherein you have looked at all the aspects of personalizing the ad communication, customizing the ad communication, and doing the right targeting. You're like bang on targeting the kind of audience that you think will definitely buy your product or subscribe to your services. But what if they land up because they were searching for you, and maybe they were not even searching for you, but they saw your ad and they found it good enough. They thought that the ad is very interesting enough. Let me go to the website and spend some time and see what it is about, and they land up on your website. But while consuming the content on the website, they decide that yes, I will go ahead with the product purchase, or I will subscribe to this kind of services that I'm looking for. But the entire website is not easy to access. I mean, the customer is totally lost. Where to go? There's a lot of content thrown on the website. Even though the content is good enough, strong enough, attractive, lots of offers, but if there is no proper lead form, if there is no proper acquisition channel, if there is no proper payment mechanism, the website is not easy enough to access, then my friend, you have lost your customer forever. Because the customer will, however, in the beginning, the customer, while consuming the content, was very excited, but just because the website is not easy to access, he could not find the form where to give in his detail to be contacted back. He could not find the payment mechanism in a multiple payment mechanisms to purchase the product. He could not find the subscribe now button. He could not find the purchasing funnel. He will bounce back from your website, and that's an absolute loss to your customer, because that customer did spend some time on your website, and it could have been your loyal customer. So you need to spend some time while you are building up your website, while you are building up your entire ad mechanism, while you are building up your entire marketing initiatives. This is one thing that you need to take care of it, and you need to make everything accessible, everything very easy to gather or from the website. Your website should be customer friendly. Okay, your website should be all tab friendly. All tab friendly means it should be looking good on your tablet, on your mobile, on your and on your desktop laptops. Okay, the content should be readable enough. The website should be accessible enough. Number 7 and last, take away the pain to find recently searched for products. Okay, so basically what it tells that in the last 30 days I would have been searching for a product, but I was not able to get the right product or right service. But as a brand, with the help of my data collection mechanism at the back end, I know that this particular customer is actually looking for the product, is looking for the kind of service that I am here to provide. So you need to start targeting that particular customer, even though the customer has not come on search engine, even though the customer has not been very active on social media just for looking for those products or services. Because since with the help of your data mechanism in place, your intact data mechanism and data, your business tools, you have identified that particular customer. You need to take away that pain of the customers who have been helplessly going here and there on the internet just to get the right kind of product, the right kind of services. Okay, and that's the time you should start personalizing, getting in touch with that particular customer. So let's summarize. Communication has to be personalized and it has to be one-on-one basis to get the maximum for your customers, making them loyal towards your brands. Okay, and they need to influence the product development also, like the way I said, while you are building up your website, your marketing initiatives, your entire ad communication. Customers, they are the key, and they are the integral part of your entire marketing strategy. You need to keep your customers right at the center and then build up your entire marketing strategy, your digital marketing strategy, say. Okay, and brand must have engaging content, because without the engaging content, without the lucrative offer, without the giving them the multiple and strong reasons to come back to your website again and again and engage with your brand, there's no point in building up the entire thing. Okay. Data plays definitely a big role. Like I said, we are living in a data-driven world. Okay, without knowing that what kind of customers' behavior is out with the generic in segmentation and personalization, it becomes very difficult for marketers, for the brands to customize the entire thing. Or let me put it this way, to do a very ROI focused, ROI as in return on investment, ROI focused and targeted campaigns. In the absence of data, you will be just wasting your money and your marketing budget. You will be playing blind. You'll be playing blind like the offline advertisement when they throw a hoarding in a marketplace. Everyone sees it, but they don't have the mechanism to track back that who are the people who saw my hoardings, who are the people who listen to the radio advertisement. But digital marketing is absolutely measurable, is absolutely trackable, and with the right kind of data mechanism in place, you have an absolute control on your targeted audience. You have an absolute control on your marketing strategy, and you exactly know where to invest, how to invest, what kind of audience you should be targeting, and what kind of return on investment you are getting. And it's an ongoing process with every with every marketing initiative or budget. You exactly know how the customers are behaving with my advertisement, with my ad communication. So for example, on the ad communication, on the communication specifically, on digital platforms like Google or Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter, any social media, any online platform where you would have set up your campaigns. Okay, you exactly know that how many impressions did my ad serve, what kind of clicks did I get on my ad on my advertisement, and what kind of audience bucket is clicking more on my advertisement, on my ads, and they are coming on website with the help of Google Analytics and several other omniture and all. you can exactly know that how the audience who has actually visited your website, played on your website, what are the pages that they spend most of the time on? Did they purchase the product? Did they subscribe to your services? And if they did, then how do you retarget them again, with what kind of message? And if they did not, what was the exact point from where they exited, where they bounced back? And can you target them again with what kind of messaging? So the point is that you need to have right kind of data in your campaigns, within your brand, within your marketing strategy, so that you can beautify and have an absolute ROI centric, ROI focused, revenue generating channel with your marketing budget. As customers become increasingly bombarded by digital marketing messages through multiple mediums, personalization will continue to play a big role, okay, and which is very important for capturing the customer attention and retaining back your customers. So more and more brands are thus leveraging the power of personalization to their digital marketing game, which will take to the next level. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions to ask, please feel free to drop in a message.
Hey, hi, Sarita. Thanks so much for the discussion on the same. I think we have 3 questions we have received on Q&A box. So, Emma is asking, can you share some insight about bounce rate decreasing by some strategies?
Yes. So like the way, hi Hema, like the way I said, bounce rate is something when the customer actually bounces back or exits from your website within few seconds. They did not even spend, even a minute. What are the reasons? With the help of, analytics tools, you need to identify the reasons, okay? So there are tools like Google Analytics and Omniture and so on, where you get the complete information, Emma, and you exactly know that from which page my customer bounced back, how much time did he spend on the website, was the content not engaging enough, okay, and is there a way to better this up? Because for example, I deep dived into my Google Analytics and I saw that the customer came till the time he was there on add to cart page, and he bounced back from there. Now that's a big concern for me, because the customer saw the ad, he came on the website, spent some time, added the product, but he bounced back from the add to cart page. Can I go back? I need to go back to add to cart page and I analyze the entire page, see the content and understand, is there any loophole, okay, to better this up? There could be multiple reasons, like I said, payment mechanism was not good enough, because nowadays if you see, every brand gives customers multiple payment options, cash on delivery, net banking, UPI, several payment options. So if that is something that is missing from the payment page, that needs to be added. Then there could be scenarios where, like I said, the customer after seeing your ad came on the website, but the offer which he saw on the ad was missing from the website. So there is a disconnect. That gap needs to be filled up. Okay. So there are multiple reasons and multiple ways to better your bounce rate. I hope I have answered your question.
So Hema added another question asking, can you tell other tools other than Google Analytics?
Yes, there are multiple tools. There's a tool by the name Adobe Analytics, Omniture. So these are very good, one of the globally renowned tools. You can utilize them, and it goes beyond Google Analytics. Okay. To the extent wherein you can map your entire landing page, each and every landing page. You can map your text ad, you can map your banner ad, you can map your ad communications all put together. You can map your keywords to the extent of keywords, which keyword tied back to which ad and how it actually converted or it did not convert. Can I go back and better my keyword strategy? Can I go back and better my ad communication strategy? Or it actually gives you analytics on the audience behavior. So for example, if you have done an absolute fantastic job building up a right campaign with your keywords and ad communication, but you are failing to target the right audience, okay, you are probably targeting a wrong set of audience. Maybe it could be a wrong age bracket, maybe it could be a wrong gender targeting, maybe it could be a long location targeting, maybe it could be a wrong communication. So there are multiple reasons, and these are very beautifully captured on tools like Adobe Analytics. There's something called as Marine, there's something called as Omniture, and you can utilize these tools to get into it.
So Indrani has the question on this, that are these tools free?
Sorry?
So Indrani is asking, are these tools free?
No, so only Google Analytics is free, and Adobe Analytics and Omniture and any other tool, they are all paid. So most of the tools besides Google Analytics, and that too the Google Analytics, the basic version, not the advanced version, okay? Google Analytics basic version is free, but beyond this, the tools which I mentioned, they are all paid. It's available on a yearly rental, you can say. It goes into lakhs.
Alright, so Tariq has a question on bounce rate. He's asking, is there an industry standard that the bounce rate should be below a particular percentage? How do we determine the page is performing well or not?
Yeah. Yes, there is an industry standard, Tariq. A typical healthy bounce rate should be between 30 to 40%. Okay. So any bounce rate which is below 40% is very good enough, and that's the exact bounce rate any brand should actually target. If the bounce rate is up to 50%, that's also okay. But anything beyond 50% is something that you need to start investigating on why your bounce rate is above 50%. However, if they're typically in the paid media advertisement, your PPC advertisement or your social media marketing campaigns, the paid marketing campaigns typically have a higher bounce rate because they just have one landing page, okay, and the bounce rate is bound to have go on a higher side. But still, if it's even in your paid media one pager landing page, your bounce rate is above 80%, then again you should start looking into it. And I think I have already said that how can I have talked about how you can decrease your bounce rate. I think I've already covered this.
So next question is from Vijay Srirangan. Vijay is asking, while personalization makes good sense, please talk about a little on don'ts arising from personal data privacy, considering I'll re-narrate the question. While personalization makes good sense, please talk about a little on don'ts arising from personal data privacy considerations, for example arising from GDPR in Europe and personal data privacy bill in India.
Absolutely, Vijay. GDPR in Europe is very strict, and companies are not allowed to collect the personal data. That's an absolute no over there. I have one of my clients which is largely Europe based, and we find it very difficult to collect the personal information from the clients, and it becomes very difficult for us to do any sort of retargeting or remarketing campaigns to them. But there are other ways to do it. Yes, so there's something called as cookie policy. I'm sure you would have seen that on many websites, and that's one of the things that a company or a brand should have without failure. They should have a complete cookie policy or privacy policy on your website, because if the company do not have a cookie policy in place or privacy policy in place, Google tends to penalize that company. Okay, So what happens when you have privacy policy and cookie policy, and when you adhere to that, you accept it, that you are allowing that particular company to collect your online behavior. Okay, you are in a way allowing that company to be able to retarget you. So in a way, you are allowing that company to give your personal information, like what kind of website you are behaving, what has been your behavior in the last 30 days, like the way I've been talking about. Okay, so that gives an authenticity for the companies to target you back, and that's how the companies can again customize and personalize your the ad communication to that particular customer.
The next question that we have is from Kushagra Manavat. Kushagra is asking how we can manage customers more through mobile because email is not working anymore. SMS is also not giving good results. Can we use WhatsApp or any other public social messaging apps for personalized experience?
Yeah, so almost 90 to 95% of the traffic is through mobile. Okay, and but that doesn't mean that email is not working anymore. Okay, you need to have a very specific email marketing strategy. Okay, you need to have a very specific mobile marketing strategy. So all these things are data in its own. You need to have a very specific and intrusive marketing strategy for the mobile audience and for the emailer audience. Okay, there are certain age brackets, there are certain genders, there are certain locations which react and behave differently on when it comes to mobile, when it comes to email marketing. Okay, however, like I said, 90 to 95% of the traffic for any brand in general is through mobile, so that goes without saying. Okay, and again, SMS not working is not the thing. Again, you need to have a very specific strategy for that smaller set of audience who are active on SMSs, for that smaller set of audience who are actively checking out their emails, and you can customize your entire marketing initiative to those kind of audience. You need to read through the mindset. You need to understand what kind of audience are they, where are they coming from, how can I target, how can I personalize my ad communication to these kind of audiences. Okay, mobile is like just mobile, that's a very big thing, but what on mobile, you need to understand that mobile on search, mobile on social media, mobile on email, mobile on SMS, these are elements, these are parameters where you need to actually ponder upon. You need to think very specifically. You need to think like a customer's perspective, from a customer's perspective. Okay, and yes, of course, WhatsApp is a big thing. WhatsApp nowadays, if I have to say, takes about, in like SMSing world, takes about almost more than 50% of the budget in the entire digital marketing share. So WhatsApp is in, and that's a big thing. All the brands nowadays, they are utilizing WhatsApp very effectively, very beautifully, because it gives you the real-time brand experience. It gives customers the real-time brand experience. It connects instantly. So WhatsApp is definitely a big thing. And besides WhatsApp, share chat, Snapchat, TikTok, that's a very big thing. However, TikTok is banned in India, but like outside India, like Europe, UK, like USA, they are very big. I mean, they are amazing. So TikTok is a very, very big platform, and Middle East, these like Europe, US, UK, Middle East, they take TikTok in a very, very big way. I have one of my customer, which is a number one Japanese restaurant brand, and they are the number one across in all these regions which I mentioned. And you'll not believe, TikTok is a very, very big market over there.
Great. Thanks, Sarita, for this. We have a couple more questions. I think we have 7-8 more minutes. So Neetu is asking if you can talk a little more about geolocation-based targeting, how it helps in repeat purchase.
Yeah. So, Neetu, on the geolocation targeting, so for example, I visit a cafe and I am a frequent flyer. I am I am how do I say? I am a marketplace goer. Okay, let's call it I'm a frequent flyer, and with the help of data mechanism in place, a brand identifies me as a frequent flyer because I check in at the airports quite often. Okay, I travel a lot, and I have been bucketed into a frequent flyer category. Once the brand identifies me as a frequent flyer or a shopaholic or someone who goes to CCD quite often, barista quite often, I might be retargeted with the kind of message that they want to throw at me. So that's how it can be done.
We have few more questions. Let me just go through. Sonal Sinha was asking, is the bounce rate for checkout page? We convert only 25% of our customers on checkout page.
Sorry, is the bounce rate for checkout page? We only convert 25% of our customers. I didn't get the question. Do you mean, Sonal, that only 25% of the people who actually landed up on the checkout page converts, and rest 75% they bounce back? I mean, I'm trying to understand.
I think she just posted a bounce rate is fine for checkout page. Yeah, only
Okay.
25%.
So, if it's a checkout page, Sonal, even a 25% bounce rate is on a higher side. Typically, it should be, anywhere between like 5 to 10%. Anything beyond 10-15% is something that, again, you should be bothered about. Because if the person has actually come all the way of seeing your advertisement, landing up on your website, took that effort to consume the content, understand the product or service, added to the cart, came on the checkout page, but bounced back. And 25% of that funnel is a big number, and you need to go back into your data analytics or any analytics platform that you're using to track the entire consumer journey, just to understand that why the customers are bouncing back. And like the way I was saying, checkout page is something that where typically payment options are given. There's not much on that particular page. It's simple, like when you check it out and you need to put your address, you need to verify your PIN code, you need to select the payment options, and then you check out. So you need to see all those parameters just to understand where the concern is. Maybe you can do a competitive analysis also, how my counterparts are doing, how the competitors are doing, what differently are they doing.
We can take the last question for the day. Hema is asking, can you suggest good platform to get latest updates on digital marketing stuff? Some YouTube channel, Insta page, LinkedIn page, or a website?
See, there are Hema, there are several news magazines, digital news magazines. There are several digital marketing platforms. There are several forums on LinkedIn, groups on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very beautiful platform. Even I spend at least an hour on LinkedIn every day. I say this to all, that start spending at least an hour on LinkedIn, because it's a very, very beautiful platform. You can join multiple groups of your interest. You can subscribe to newsletters of your interest. You can become a part of forums which you think is relevant to your want. So there are many platforms available. You need to just Google it.
think we are done with the questions and answers for the day. Already handled around 10 questions. Shekhar is raising a hand. He has a question. I think you have already talked about EU personal data regulation.
Yeah, I've already talked about that.
Uh, so that you can check out a few of the questions over here. Like if you wanna, if there is anything which was missed, if you wanna take it up, we have a couple more minutes.
See, I would like to answer Indrani's question. However, that's a bit technical, and maybe we can have Shivam another session on multiple topics. But still, I will because it's a larger group, I'll answer that question. So, how to identify web page to create backlinks? Indrani is your question. So basically, you need to have some sort of tools. There are tools like Hrefs. There are tools like SEMrush. There are tools like Keyword Finder. Especially, I would recommend Href and SEMrush. These are the two best of the tools globally that's available. And with the help of these tools, you can actually you can create a project for your client, and you can put down the targeted keywords and the targeted landing pages URL on that project. Okay, it's a very simple way of creating a project on these platforms. And then what it does, these tools take typically few minutes to few hours to scan through your website, to scan through your brand, to say, okay, and generate recommended backlinks. Okay, you can what kind of people have visited your website, because these are the people. Sorry, I mean what kind of people have visited to your website and they went to the other websites. So people who came to your website and they went to other websites, those are the kind of websites and links that you need to identify. You need to do a lot of research also, manually also, besides the tools that I mentioned. You need to do a lot of manual research also within your domain to understand how a quality backlink should be created. But spend some time to understand these two tools, Hrefs and SEMrush.
Right, so let's bring this session to end. Thank you so much, Sarita. This was an informative and interactive session. Like I am sure all of the attendees enjoyed and learned from your experience. Thank you so much for taking out time to share experience and knowledge with us.
Thank you, Shivam. Thank you, everyone. I hope I could add some value and did not disturb the Friday evening.
Thank you, everyone, for joining today's session. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.